Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video and welcome to a bit of a recap from the first two races of 2025, in particular with our F1 fantasy team. Yes, I don't want to kind of make a video after every single race about F1 fantasy, but I did want to kind of make a few catch-up videos over the course of 2025, mainly because the first episode we did heading to Australia did really well, so a massive thank you to all of you for the support on that one. So I thought today we would jump in and we would look back through the opening couple of rounds of the 2025 season, take a look about what I got right, what I got wrong, maybe also what you guys did well, and maybe what you struggled with. If we take a look quickly over at the league first and foremost, of course, I'm pretty certain we've got... where is the league? It's what on earth have they done to it this year that makes it so difficult to actually just kind of join leagues, or at least find the leagues you're already in as well, which is a little bit awkward. Is it just all the way at the bottom of this one? No, it's disappeared. There's like 17 different leagues that they all want you to join, but annoyingly, yeah, you can't find any of them at the moment. It's not in one of the starter leagues. Is it in the classic public section as well? You've kind of got all these random fantasy ones as well from various other people. There we go, finally. 511 of you so far in the league. We are 208th overall with my top team. My second team is 301st, and my last one, which is meant to kind of be a bit of a risky option, has not gone well so far because we are 473rd. Out of just over 500 of you. Of course, if you want to join the league, there will be a link down in the description below as well. Get yourself involved. I'd love to try and get over 1,000 people into the event then. But if we take a look back at the Australian Grand Prix to kickstart the season, my best team did worse. I had a bit of a stinker in Albert Park because I picked Jack Doohan, who DNF'd, Gabriele Bortoletto, who DNF'd, Fernando Alonso, who DNF'd, Liam Lawson, who DNF'd, and Oscar Piastri, who almost DNF'd. Yes, I almost got a clean sweep of negative points there, and luckily for me, because Oscar was adamant he was getting back out of the grass, he actually made sure I didn't go into negative points after the opening round of the year, because of course he got 20 when he would have lost like 20, and I had him doubled. So I don't know whether that would make it like minus 40 or just minus 10. But either way, it was not fantastic. Luckily, I do have McLaren in our constructors there. So we did get 71 points from them, courtesy of Lando, Norris, and Haas as well. Ollie Behrman and Esteban Ocon, although the car was terrible all weekend in Albert Park, they did still score us some points there. Top of the league, there was Nestoras in the INVA Red Velvet Racing. So he, rather unsurprisingly, had Lando doubled. Sainz, who obviously binned it as well. Hajar and Doohan, he had these guys on no negative. So basically, if someone crashed out, then he still got a good result or he didn't lose any points out of them. Nico Hulkenberg as well, a fantastic race for him. Definitely deserved more than 20 points for what he was able to do in that Sauber car. And just like myself, I had McLaren and Racing Bulls within his team as well there. So a really good job done. Like I said, slightly carried by the no negatives. Otherwise, he probably would have been around 160 points. But still a very good job. Suchit was in P2 there. As you see, both Saubers, Norris, McLaren, Williams, Stroll, and Ocon. So, obviously, didn't even use his no negatives, so he was probably actually the best result of the weekend there. So, a fantastic effort by Suchit there. Yolanda in P3. Again, you can see a fairly similar team there. Jack Collins in 4th, just ahead of Alexander in P5. And normally I try and shout out our top 10. Alice in 6th, ahead of Christopher, Diogo, Aditya, I'm probably butchering names horrendously, Ellis, and Jay Jordan. They're just outside the top 10. So, yeah, congratulations if you made it inside the top 10 back at Albert Park. My second team actually did the best, mainly because I had Lando Norris doubled that weekend. So I got 118 points from him. Hamilton, Gasly, Behrman, Alonso there. So I scored 118 points with Lando Norris, and then basically everybody else did nothing. Carried down, I should say, by Fernando Alonso's result. from the opening round as well there. But of course, things haven't really got better for for Fernando Alonso even after Shanghai as well. And my third team, my really, really risky team, again, Hajar and Bortoletto in there. Kick Sauber, I did score some points from them. Charles Leclerc did okay. George Russell really carried that one alongside Hulkenberg and Ferrari as well there. So, yeah, a topsy-turvy opening race of the season. Heading over, though, to Shanghai, my first team did... I'm pretty happy with that in the end. 262 points there. Put us 72nd overall last weekend. So if we just take a look, Oscar Piastri netted me 90 points. McLaren netted me 101. Again, the only disappointment was Fernando Alonso. Otherwise, I would have ended up right up towards the front of the order there. Somehow Lawson bagged 22 points. I think that was mainly just because he made up some spots in the sprint. Haas as well actually netted me, obviously, with Ferrari disqualifications. Haas netted me some really, really good points as well from the weekend. So, had I not gone with Alonso, had I gone with, say, Lance Stroll or someone like that, we could have actually had, we could have been up around kind of the 290 mark, which would have put us, I reckon, just outside the top 20 as well, which would have been rather impressive without using any of our boosts. This week, though, it was Alice who was top of the board there. He did use his 3 times points, though, on George Russell there, so netted himself quite a lot of points from that one. Esteban Ocon, Ollie Behrman, of course, 2 big hitters from the weekend. Bortoletto had a bit of a rough time, but so did Isaac Hadjar in the end. And then McLaren and Mercedes as his constructors is pretty impressive as well there. It really does seem like the meta this year is about trying to go for better constructors than better drivers overall as well. Jorge finished in P2. They see he had Norris doubled. Oscar Piastri, nothing for him. With Russell, Verstappen, Leclerc, McLaren, and Mercedes. So he used the Limitless perk, which basically just means you can put anyone in for 1 week, which is rather impressive. I think I'll be saving that for later on in the year. It was actually, Alice's second team that came best, because his first team actually ended up P3 there, where he also used the Limitless. So as you can see, big haul of points on both of those cars. Zach as well used the Limitless option. For some reason, still put Liam Lawson in there, but I guess he did better than Charles Leclerc. Have we got anybody that didn't use any perks? There's extra DRS for NG. Aston did as well. Jake did as well. Ragnarok did. Carlson didn't. There we go. So that was probably actually the best score of the week. McLaren, Oscar Piastri, Mercedes, Behrman, Doohan, Bortoletto, and Hadjar. That is a risky team. I will give him credit there. That is a very, very risky team with a lot of rookies in. But I'm kind of hoping that they are going to get up to speed now as we continue on through the season. My second team, I had Lewis Hamilton in there, of course, got disqualified. I had Alonso in there. I managed to get 2 of the 3 that got disqualified. How on earth have I managed this so far in this campaign? Haas as well, they did score me some good points there. So did Behrman, and then, Aston Martin as well. A pretty bad result. And then my final team, I had Ferrari, I had Hulkenberg, I had Sauber, which of course they had a terrible weekend. Russell did carry me there. Just with Hadjar and Bortoletto as well, picking up a couple of points. So 489th overall at the end of the week. Did anybody score a minus point? Annoyingly, you can only see down to 500th. And Connor there managed to bag 4 points from the weekend. Leclerc, Alonso, Ferrari, VCarb as well absolutely screwed their strategy. He got very, very unlucky when it came to that one then. But safe to say, the opening couple of races of the year were rather interesting as well. Now, am I going to change things up? Ready for the next race of the campaign? I think I am, because it looks like Liam Lawson might already be gone. Fernando Alonso is just having one of the worst starts to an F1 season he's ever had. In fact, actually, if you have a look overall at the results so far this year, if you go 2025, can we do... I want to just do... How do I do just standings? Sorry. Here we go. Driver's table. Fernando Alonso isn't even classified yet because he hasn't finished a race. There's only 19 people in the World Championship standings at the moment, which is rather a shame. It also means he's not actually showing up inside the driver list for this year, which is quite funny as well. Really, really shocking start to the year for Fernando Alonso there. Like I said, I think, though, the emphasis is going to be on having 2 good constructors for the rest of the season. So we've already got Haas in there. We've kind of... Where Ferrari? Oh, Ferrari are right down the... Sorry, it's ordered by points now, isn't it? Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I would love to try and stretch to get Mercedes into the team as well, because George Russell is kind of just doing George Russell things at the moment. Who is the cheapest driver on the roster, apart from Bortoletto? It's... can I sort by value? There we go. So right at the bottom of the order, it's Isaac Hadjar, which, to be fair to him, he did seem to get a lot better in Shanghai. Obviously, Suzuka up next might be a bit of a bad track for him, though. I want to try and go with someone who might have experience of Suzuka. I think the Sauber's just going to be too bad now, is the only problem I've got there. So I might chuck in Esteban Ocon into the team. I want to potentially get rid of Haas, try and put a better team in as well. I want to put Tsunoda in. That V-Carb has looked fairly competitive so far, so I'm going to put Tsunoda in the team as well. And constructors-wise, then can we afford... We can't really afford any of the top teams, so I need to try and save 7 mil from somewhere. If I don't really want to take Oscar out, but how much is George Russell actually so far? Because I think Russell could score a lot of good points. He's only a little bit cheaper, which is a bit awkward. I kind of need to have one top driver in there as well. So I think we're going to leave Oscar Piastri in, because he did fairly well, I feel like, at Suzuka the last couple of years. I want to obviously leave McLaren in. I think they are probably going to bag another one too this weekend. But is there any savings that can be made to try and get that Mercedes in? I've got no money left if I do that. So I might have to get rid of Yuki and Jack Doohan. Kind of leaves me with Bortoletto, who's the cheapest option. Can I fit everybody else in? I can't even put that, so that's not going to work for us. I can't put Oscar Piastri in with Mercedes and McLaren. I think I'm going to risk it now. I'm going to put V-Carb in this weekend and hope that kind of they're carried along by, you know, they did look competitive in Shanghai. I think they've actually got a very good car to kickstart the year. So we've got 3 drivers now then with about a 10 million average price. I'm going to put Russell in. No, I don't think I can do that, can I? Because again, we haven't got enough money. So Russell's going to have to come straight back out. I don't really want to put Hadjar in. Who's around the 10 million mark? Williams have looked good, but they struggled a bit more as Shanghai went on. So I really kind of don't want to put them in. Stroll's done better than Alonso so far, but I feel like this is going to be the weekend where Alonso can hopefully come good. I mean, he's down at 7.6 million. So he's been dropped value quite dramatically here. So I think I'm going to have to try and put Alonso in now for at least the next few races. Problem is, I think if I've got Oscar still in the team, I think I'm going to have to throw Lando in. I'm going to go all in on Lando Norris this weekend. Just because I haven't really got the money. Don't really want to put Max in. If I can avoid it. I want to go Russell. I feel like Russell's a good shout. But again, he just costs too much. I can only really put one top driver in. Unless I get rid of McLaren. Which is a bit of a shame. Got 46 million for 3 drivers. So I can't put Russell and Oscar Piastri in. I'm going to put Lando Norris in. Like I said, I'm going to try and rely on him. We've got 16.4 million left. Gasly sometimes goes well at Suzuka. Let's say I've thrown Tsunoda back in. I've got 8 million left. That limits my options quite dramatically. I think I'm going to put Yuki Tsunoda in. And I think we're going to put... Let's go with Ollie Behrman. He did well last weekend, so I think we're going to put Ollie Behrman into the team. Now, can I also put some perks in as well? Because I feel like I want to do that. So, Lando Norris is going to get my DRS boost. So, we're about to make a lot of changes as well. So, I need to try... can I use my... Oh, wait, there we go. We can apply some chips. So I'm going to use the... Is that the wild card? I think that's the wild card, isn't it? Which allows me to make unlimited changes for one weekend. I think I... Can I extra... Oh, no. We're going to use the wild card then. So that allows me to move the team around. And then we can kind of work our way back from that in the not too distant future. I think Team 2 and Team 3 I'm going to keep the same. So they're just kind of quite risky. at the moment as well. Then, but hopefully they'll start scoring us some good points down the line. In fact, you know what? We're gonna take a gamble here. I am gonna say we are going to extra DRS George Russell for this weekend and hope that he gets another big result. So I'm taking a bit of a gamble with my third team. I think we're going to leave the middle team with nothing like that at the moment there. Let me know how you guys have got on so far this season with F1 Fantasy. Like I said, I'm not going to make a video every single week, but I do fancy making some throughout the course of the campaign. Get yourself subscribed if you have enjoyed. We're trying to hit 140,000 subs as well. And yeah, come back very soon. We'll see how we get on in the next couple of races. I might try and split it up to like every 2 or every 3 Grand Prix weekends. Join the league as well if you haven't already. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll be back very soon with more Formula 1 content.